But there's other areas, of course, of the network and network security we should then review as an audit. Some of these we've already talked about, but a very important area is always change control. Changes bring in risk. Something that used to work might not work after we've made the change. And that could be, of course, a change because of a change in a configuration, a change of a new patch, for example. We should make sure that all changes to our system, even changes to user permissions, have been properly authorized. We can pick up whether or not there's been changes that have been made that have not been authorized. That could be an extremely large risk to an organization. We check to see whether or not our security baseline and our security configurations are set up correctly. We'll test our web applications. We have, say, for example, from OWASP, the Open Web Application Security Project, a list of the top 10 vulnerabilities with web applications. We should test all of our web applications to see whether or not they are vulnerable to any of those known types of vulnerabilities. We test our DNS. What is our DNS configuration? Is it set up to protect us from farming attacks, to protect us from even being used, we say here, in then misconfiguration and capturing information, zone transfers, and some of the many attacks related to DNS? Make sure our patches are up to date, that we have a patch management system that identifies the patches that are out there, has a plan to roll them out in a time-effective manner, and to make sure that we continue to ensure that all of our systems are patched and secure. We should also test to make sure that where we have dual control or other forms of separation of duties, that those are actually working effectively. It could be, for example, that if a change has to be implemented, we expect for that change that it will also then require another person to review it and approve it. Well, we test to make sure that the person that is doing the reviewing and approving is actually reviewing. It could be that they're just blindly signing things without checking. So in other words, the separation of duties is not working. And that separation of duties control that could have prevented a mistake, unfortunately, allowed that mistake to continue anyway. So this is where, as auditors, we check. Sure, we've put in a control, dual control, but is someone checking and verifying that that control is actually working?